Good afternoon. This is the Elliott Wave Daily Update for the S&P 500, being recorded on Tuesday, December the 9th at 5:17 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Um, there's actually a lot going on, and it's year end, it's positioning, it's changing, it's fixing books, it's doing what needs to be done so that everything can end on the 31st and we all can have a happy new year and start over. Now, but I mean a lot of things. There's a lot of things happening in individual stocks. There's a lot of things happening in the treasury markets, the credit markets, the dollar, the precious metals. Those of you that may not have noticed, but silver is comfortably above 61. And it just did that today. It just went from like 59 to 61 today and trading comfortably above it. So these are all moves that have been projected and been discussed in detail. And it's really kind of interesting to see them all come to fruition. Here in the S&P 500, it it did follow a decent path. Again, slight changes just to the degree that the ABC was and what might be left still to come within this subminuet fourth wave. So I am going to open this up a little bit and do this so that we can get insight and see. It's just, this is an hourly chart, and that is the three that remains the same. And we had the ABC, and that's how I marked it, but I had put the four there. And you can see how I've marked upside the four that particular fib level gets connected to the fourth. So that's kind of there just to give us upside should it be needed. Now, but what I think is coming in, and I discussed this as well this morning, that we run the possibility it was a nice clean ABC, but it could just be wave A. And that's kind of what, because we were kind of going up and didn't look like we were going to be able to really kind of continue. So it kind of goes in as an ABC producing wave A, and then an ABC producing wave B, now a quick C wave down. And it just happens to project, which I find always interesting, is that the first projection, of course, is 0.382 for the fourth wave. And in this case, it would be the C wave would be 100% of wave A at 68.02. The other is 67.97. And the gamma level that's important right now is 6,800, and not necessarily in the ES, but over in the SPX. In this one, we'll see what it is tomorrow because, again, it's one day less interest in the price. So it might be 68.0. I don't think it's going to be as low as 02, but that's where I'm going to shoot it for. So I have 68.02, 67.97 to coming in. That would be fulfilling the subminuet fourth wave and the C wave. If it goes full, in other words, like full flex, then we have the next one down, which is the 50% marker for the wave four, and that's at 67.64. And then we have here 1.618 for the C wave at 67.58. So it's a nice. So two, what I think would be strong clusters of support, both Elliott and fib-wise, to complete this and turn the market back going in the other direction, because that is what we're expecting. We're looking for that wave four to complete, wave five to take over, and begin to continue to climb higher. Now, gamma wise, we continue to look at, and I'm sure it's still in place, that 6,800 area. If it's going to float a little bit higher, it may, which could make it a little bit more difficult for them to start bringing the market lower now before it finishes. Trading thought, that's it, just a trading thought. So that's the picture. Now, if it doesn't, and we're coming down, and that ABC and the four is going to be placed there, I'm not sure what this would be. I really am not, because this is a nice little five, but then this is kind of messy, and then that actually turned into a little five. So it almost was an ABC up, which is what I did, and then I put the B on it. Instead of 1, 2, 1, this one can't, because you can see that that would be the one, and it overdid it. It overshot it. Two cannot overshoot wave one. So we're putting it together, then it's an ABC and we got a start of a C wave coming down. Doesn't have to be that great, doesn't have to be that all that much. We're closing at 68 or trading at 68.47, and we're looking at 68.02. So basically, you're talking 45 points, which this thing can move that much pretty quickly. All right, that's kind of the story right now. And tomorrow, tomorrow, we've been waiting, we've been calling, we've been saying, and I keep bringing up the wrong one. Sorry about that. That's a big gray box for you guys. Um, Let me get the right screen and you won't even see it. It'll be over here. So tomorrow, again, Philly Fed President Anna Paulson, she'll be out speaking early, along with the Cleveland Fed President Beth Hammack. She'll be out speaking. That's Friday. Boy, did I jumped a couple too many days. Wednesday, pardon me. Wednesday, employment cost index, and that is a delayed report. And so it's supposed to be the third quarter. Okay. And then we have the FOMC rate decision at 2 p.m., the monthly U.S. federal budget also at 2 p.m., and Fed Chair Powell gives us a press conference at 2:30. Now, again, I just want to state, yes, that's what's happening tomorrow. They're going to make their grand announcement. What, are they going to say something different? I don't know. Right now, the market is convinced and been told and trading on the fact that there'll be a 25 basis point cut. Okay, so everyone's expecting it. So basically, then what are you going to expect to come afterwards, et cetera? They're all going to look towards the press conference. And what gets said in their press conferences, whether it's going to be interpreted as dovish or hawkish, that's what's going to start to move the market. My answer to this is, yep, you're right. But since I don't know what the man's going to say, and we all are betting on the fact that the rate will be cut 25 basis points, I'm going to pay attention to where the gamma levels are, where volatility triggers are sitting, where these different levels are within the SPX, within the ES, within the NASDAQ, within our markets. And by the way, most stocks also have all of it. So again, it is now what is controlling a lot of trade individually in the underlying, along with the index, along with the ETF, et cetera. And so we also can find them over in gold, etc. So this is not that it's overwhelming, but it's a definite way to look at a market without having to attach something to it, and it's keeping it straight to the math. And the good news is that it's continuously to be accurate. So that's kind of what I'm talking about, paying attention to that, saying that whether or not. Now, because this is an active market and it goes quickly and it plays according to numbers, when something gets strange, it's usually going to be within a correction. Like that was a little tiny correction, and it was a pain to try to figure out, looking like this, isn't it? So in this case, it was a 4. So in this case, if it comes down, do I put the 4 underneath it? I think so. So it's another 4. This whole thing right in here is another 4. And I will with it down here. And then we get another rally. These rallies are not spectacular. They'll move suddenly and in both directions. And that's just part of the topping process. But it's now you're beginning to hear in the circles, in the news, the discussion of the market's intent to get above 7,000. So suddenly now we're going to accept it and trade towards it. And it's like, okay, and that's really what it's all about here, folks. It's just the numbers are discussed and numbers are suggesting these levels. As a trader, it's just trading. It's when you're day trading, it could be 69,158, etc. And it's just you're trading and you're trading the fraction. You're trading, the dollar, you're trading a much lower. It's a big number, but yeah. Okay, so enough about that. So again, tomorrow, I think that we get a lot of positioning, I think, still going early on. And I think we could even get some moves in some of the stocks that have nothing to do, nothing to do with interest rates. And in fact, I think we can get to here or even here. And that's going to be a nice little sink. And we're going to go through a lot of levels that'll just kind of produce a heavier drop. right? We've got volatility triggers in here. We've got gamma levels in here and here. And again, 6800X SPX, like 6807 now, 6806 in the ES. So this is this area. And then again, we have more down here. And both holds above 6750, which is the next larger, more important area when it comes to gamma. 6750. So we have 68, 6750, and both we're looking for one or the other to hold and shoot the thing back up and then get on the way in a minuet fifth wave as a part of, and again, I'm just going to bring the larger picture back. So as a part of this larger minuet wave three. So we're looking for the 4, putting in the 5 to finish this minuet wave 3, which is actually what all of this is. It's all a part of it. And so when it's done, we'll get another 4, which, by the way, not to be talking, but it'll probably come back down to here again. So we'll revisit this again in the higher 4. Once we're finished with minuet 3, when we're in minuet 4, I think it should come back down into here somewhere. And then we go again. So this is going to take a little bit. All right. That's actually going to be it for right now. And the next update will be tomorrow morning. And that's also when I'll update gamma levels.